Welcome to the Totally Honest Cooking Show. I'm Mark. Today we are doing a salsa chicken. To be more accurate, we're doing the recipe that my mother makes called Chi-Chi's chicken. Now, we could make salsa from scratch, and I really did think about doing that, but man, it's like the last 30 days of school for teachers, and I don't know about you, but this time of year, I'm basically a clown car on fire. So, I thought it might be fun to do some easy recipes for people and try not to be as from scratch as I usually try to be on the show. So we're going to have 2 jars of this thick and chunky Chi-Chi's salsa. You can use whatever brand you want, but it's not Chi-Chi's chicken without Chi-Chi's salsa. In front of me I got 4 bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. And we're going to do a braise. You know how I like braises. It's basically a one-pot meal. Unless you count the sides that I'm making for this meal. You know what? Never mind. It's not a one-pot meal, but that's okay. Anyway, these have been salted and sitting for about an hour. I'm going to go ahead and heat up my high-walled skillet. Going medium high. And I'm adding oil. This is vegetable oil, but you can use any neutral oil. I thought about using the fry oil from a couple weeks ago. Anyway, you're bringing this up to temp. And while that's waiting, you're going to heat your oven to 350 degrees and get it ready for what we're going to put in it. Okay, once you feel like your oil is ready, grab some chicken. Face down. And it's going to sit like that for about 10 minutes. This isn't the first time we've braised chicken on the show, so I'm not going to force you to watch it the whole time. And you're just getting it nice and crispy and brown. About halfway through, you might realize you forgot to put your apron on and there's oil splashing everywhere. So you might stop and put your apron on. Also, notice the bottle of detergent in the corner. That is set dressing, because this is a totally professional cooking show. Fun fact, in England they call dish soap washing up liquid. Crazy, right? Okay, while that's going, I'm just gonna crush up a bit of garlic. I'm using 5 cloves, but as I've said on this show before, I like garlic. If you're not a fan, use less. And usually I just go for a rough cut. I'm not mincing it super fine. In part because I'm lazy, in part because, you know, this is a kind of loosey-goosey dish. You do what you want with it. Check the chicken. I don't usually rotate it around like this, but ooh, that one's ready to flip. Okay. So notice that these 2 down here were done faster. We're just going to call that done. And as they finish, we're flipping them over for 3 to 5 minutes on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and start opening my can of beans. You can use any beans you want. This is a can of black beans. Sometimes I'll use kidney beans. Sometimes I'll really load it up with beans and use like 3 bean. Usually I give them a quick rinse under the tap. Okay, I'm going to start evacuating. I'm also going to turn the heat down a little bit. Be careful, obviously the pan is hot. Now, this is where we add our salsa. Watch out, it is going to steam up and it is going to sputter, so be careful. Okay, now we're going to add a little chicken stock because you want chicken stock. Ideally, you want 3 to 5. Ideally, you want like 3 cups of liquid in there when you're braising so that, you know, as it cooks down, there's more. I'm also going to make sure I get all the salsa by using the jars with my chicken stock. Shake it up. Still might need another 1.5 cups, 2 cups. But that's okay, we're just getting started. Now I'm pouring in a can of beans. This is 15.5 ounces of beans. And I guess I should do this. Normally when I add corn to this, I don't measure. I just kind of eyeball it. So we're going to start with a little over a cup of corn. I'll mix that in with the spatula. Yeah, a cup of corn looks good. Maybe just a little more. Go with a heaping cup of corn. So a cup and then a little more on top. So heaping cup of corn. Go ahead and add your garlic. Let everybody get to know each other in there. Stir them around. I figure I put a cup in already, and there's liquid from the salsa, obviously. So I'm going to add another cup. Because you're anticipating that about half of this liquid will go away as it cooks. Okay, yeah, that looks good. And if it doesn't work, that'll be a whoopsie doodle. It's been a while since we've had a whoopsie doodle on the show. Notice, with the amount that I've got, the chicken is over the liquid line. That's what you want. We're going to take this. I didn't use that pepper yet, but that's okay. We can pepper it when it comes out. We're going to take this, and we're going to put it in the oven for 45 minutes. I'm going to use that time to warm some tortillas and to make some rice. There's about 15 minutes left before dinner comes out of the oven, so I'm going to start preparing my serving stuff. I'm going to start by picking through my cilantro. You know the rules at this point. Anybody with a really thick boy stem, you just got to take that stem off. Unfortunately, a lot of the cilantro that I buy is mostly thick stems for some reason. That's all the cilantro I wanted, so I'm just going to go ahead and give it a rough chop, you know. Nothing too amazing. That's pretty good. I just wanted to get it to a point where I can use it for presentation. Now I've got this avocado. Some people are intimidated by avocados, but don't be intimidated. You can just take your knife, press it into the stone, give it a little pull. Careful getting the stone off of there, because that's when you're most likely to hurt yourself. I keep this little grippy mat for opening jars. There we go. If you keep the stone, like if you're making guacamole or something, you can use that to prevent browning. I don't recommend using the sharp side of the knife for this. Honestly, you should probably use a spoon. But you can just make little strips. See? Once the stone is out of the way, you can just use a spoon to cut strips in your avocado. You could also set it down and use the knife. You could also probably use the back of the knife. The problem with the spoon technique is that you do make a mess of your avocado, whereas if you use a butter knife or a sharp knife, you get nice straight lines. Give my lime a roll. Chop her in half. Chop her in half again. Chop her in half again. I'm going to put the stone back in the ugly one and stick that in the fridge. Once you've sliced it, preferably, you know, with a butter knife. Don't use one of these. It makes it harder to deal with the skin. You can just gently pop it out. 45 minutes have passed and it's time to see what we've got going on. Okay, so first of all, too much broth. Let me go ahead and move this handle facing back so I don't burn myself again. I'm going to go ahead and plate up. You can't see the rice that's under all this, but you can tell that I have a lot of serving options here. You can eat the chicken plain, you can carve off little pieces and make little tacos. I don't know what to say, man. This looks really good. I don't know whether my mother will approve once I send her the photo. We'll see. Regardless, I need to go get to know this chicken ASAP. So, like, subscribe, click the little bell. The recipe's in the description below. Leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.